So I hope you've had a chance to watch the video log that Pete and Tim prepared last week, which was the introduction to a series that the elders are producing on spiritually attuned churches. If you were in the church meeting in October, you'll remember that we did a short presentation on this, and the document that the presentation was based on is now available online through ChurchSuite or via the church office. In that presentation, we laid out a series of 8 spiritual markers of a spiritually attuned church, one which is ready to face the trials and the challenges of this modern world, specifically looking at those trials and issues that would face a church with a major building project. So what are these markers, the signs that a tipping point has been reached and now's the right time for us to start a major building project? The first one we want to speak about, and the one I'm going to speak about this morning, is prayer. We live in an instant world, a world of phones, of text messages, of mobiles, Instagram, Facebook, video logs and blogs, and yes, the irony is not lost on me that this is a video blog. But the one form of communication that is constant and available, and yet the least used, is that of prayer. Just sitting and taking time to speak to our Heavenly Father and our Saviour, and to sit and listen to hear His voice in reply. Christians are nothing if not children of our Father in heaven. Prayer is the crucial and fundamental demonstration of this relationship, and coming together as a fellowship to pray as a church is something that is vital to our spiritual health. We have a church membership of around about 180 and a regular attendance on a Sunday morning of around 250, including our children. Yet our monthly corporate prayer meeting, the only gathering where the church gets together dedicated to prayer, is attended by between 25 and 40 people. And 25 to 40 is actually a significant improvement. Prior to Easter this year, it was usually the case that you would see 10 or less people. So here's the first marker for you. The sign of a fruitful, building project-ready church community would be a clear and obvious heart and commitment to corporate prayer that raises the attendance at prayer meetings through the roof. Now, we are aware that prayer goes on in other settings. We know that people pray in growth groups, and some of you are involved in prayer triplets. And we're also aware that in this world that we live in, sometimes parents of young children find it difficult to both get out to a prayer meeting, and the elderly and the infirm can find attendance difficult. But in a church where our children find it more easy and pray more freely in a group than the adults, we have to ask, where is the heart for prayer in Huckcliffe Street Baptist Church? In the church meeting, when I was talking about prayer, I mentioned a book that I've read recently and found very, very useful. It's this one. It's called Fresh Pathways in Prayer by Julian Hardiman. Julian is a Baptist minister in a church over in Cambridge. Now, I know many of you are looking to get this book, and thanks to Jenny Nichols for facilitating that. I found it really useful to recenter my prayer life. I encourage you to read it, but don't just read it. Make notes in the margins. Go back and reread what you've written and what Julian had written. Loan the book to other people. Get them to read it. Get them to make notes. Then get together with them to share your comments and your thoughts. Maybe even pray about it. So prayer. So simple, so straightforward, and yet so complex and so difficult. We want to encourage every member of the fellowship in Huckcliffe Street to consider coming and to come to the monthly prayer meeting. Thank you for listening. God bless.